Wong Tong. Who is it? Kim Ho is Kam Fong or something like that? Oh, boy. I always got a kick out of that as a child. Corey Johnson with you on a Thursday. Hawaii 5-0. We could use him here in New Orleans. Where's Dano and McGarrett? We'll take Chim Ho as Kim Fong. We need him too. If he's packing. Because the criminals are.
This is New Orleans.
Yeah, you right. Crescent City and beyond. Thanks for joining us on this hot summer Thursday afternoon. Corey Johnson with you. It is where New Orleans talks. Thanks for finding us. Spread the word. Tell your friends and family about it. Every weekday afternoon, telling it like it is. No holes barred. 2 big hours, 4 to 6 o'clock, taking you home in style in Metro New Orleans and beyond. You can find us on the radio dial. It's a talk radio show. I'll throw out that phone number in a moment where you can participate. But you can find us at Oh So Fine 93.9 FM. Lock and load that bad boy. That's probably not the best thing to be saying these days. But make it one of your presets. 93.9 FM. 93.9 FM. We're also on New Orleans' own 107.9 FM. 107.9 FM. I like 600 AM. That bad boy signal goes from like Baton Rouge to the panhandle of Florida. Yeah, you right. This talk radio program on television. Live on the radio, live on TV. We call it a television simulcast. Cox Channel 4 television. That's Your View, Louisiana. Cox Channel 4. 90 minutes till 5:30. An hour and a half. All over Louisiana. New Orleans, Baton Rouge, Lafayette, and beyond. We're on the Charter television system, Spectrum, channel 333. All over Louisiana, wherever Charter or Spectrum television exists in Louisiana, we're there at 4 o'clock for 90 minutes till 5:30. In Slidell, in Covington, in Mandeville, that's Trey Yen country. So good, yummy. Love me some Trey Yen. Hammond, Strawberry country, home of Thibodeau, Opelousas, Cajun country. We got you covered on Spectrum 333. CoreyTalks.com live streaming. Plus, you can watch the show at CoreyTalks.com. It'll hook you up to our YouTube channel. Or just go to YouTube, Corey Johnson Neutral Ground in the search bar. Kaboom goes the dynamite. You're there. Lots of ways to check out the program live and after the fact. Thanks for doing it on a Thursday afternoon. Jason, a.k.a. the Ragin' Cajun, a.k.a. the Man in Black. Fielding your phone calls. Rouse's Markets phone lines, 504-766-9480. Rouse's Markets phone lines, 504-766-9480. Love to hear from you. Boy, I don't even know how to describe this stuff. Go to my Twitter, Corey, at Corey Johnson. It's obnoxious. These two videos that I posted from, I think, Fix New Orleans and Fox 8. Fix New Orleans is a great Twitter account to be following. They're gaining momentum quickly from like 0 to 3,000-4,000 followers in 3, 4, 5, 6 months, from what I can gather. Anyway, they do a great job. They've got video from basically like the old Fisher Housing Project area. I think Hendy Street, you know when you're coming over the West Bank Bridge and they have that Tree Man sign hammered to that tree? The Tree Man sign as you come around the curve coming down onto the West Bank in Algiers on, you know, obviously on the Crescent City connection. I think that's Hendy Street. 1900 block, basically the Tree Man Street. I don't know what went down, but the video is I mean, I'm telling you, it's not for kids to watch. It's on my Twitter, at Corey Johnson. This guy's just out on his porch, and he's smoking a cigar. And he's just sort of sitting out there, and all of a sudden, a lot of gunshots go off about 3-4 doors down the street. Like the first time, maybe about 20, and 2 guns at one time because of the closeness of some of the sounds. So I don't know if it's 2 people shooting one guy, 2 people on the attack, 1 on the attack, and somebody shooting back, a shootout. But about 20 shots go off. You hear 2 girls, young women, screaming. They run towards the guy's house with the cigar, towards the camera, running up on the porch, hysterical, screaming. Ends up, one of the girls is shot. And then a man killed down the street. Right by that Tree Man sign, right by the Crescent City connection. I mean, the way they were firing bullets, there might have been some bullets flying towards vehicles on the Crescent City connection. I remember a generation or 2 ago when those lunatics used to get on top of the Fisher housing development with a rifle and shoot at cars on the Crescent City connection. Crazy. You living at the Fisher and you hear gunshots, some dude's on your roof. Anyway, right there, last night, a man killed, a girl shot. The video, you can check it out on my Twitter. It's obnoxious. It's scary. It makes you mad. It's disheartening. It's tragic. It's not believable. And then the guy smoking the cigar, he's reacting. He's trying to help the girls. He's, but when the shots go off, he's not as shocked as like the average person would be. Like, he's sort of hardened to this a little bit. I hear gunshots in my neighborhood. I'm used to this. I lived in another neighborhood where there were lots of gunshots. I don't know what it is. I'm not dogging this dude. I'm just saying he lives in the inner city, lives it. He was shocked, but calmer than the average Joe, I would say. Now, if that's not enough, what happened in Algiers on the East Bank last night about 2:30 a.m. outside of Big Daddy's. I remember Big Daddy's in the Quarter. I'd have never been to the one on Franklin and Royal in the Marigny. I remember Feelings. That was a good restaurant on Franklin and Royal, I believe. They had a New York strip with some kind of cheese on it. Anyway, that was, speaking of a generation or 2. Outside of Big Daddy's, like 2:30 in the morning, these 2 guys walk up with hoodies, and the camera catches them. One of them's got like an AK-47 behind his back, that type of assault type weapon, a rifle. And the other one's got a pistol. And there's a dude on the side of the building smoking a cigarette. They walk up to him and are basically like, hey, dude, if I were you, I mean, calmly, I'd get the hell out of Dodge. There's about to be a shootout. That's the best I can get out of that. Because the dude smoking the cigarette sort of puts down the cigarette and beelines out of there quick, like, oh, gosh. And then sees the guns and is like, out of there. Then they walk to the corner, and the guy with the rifle just unloads on apparently a guy sitting at a table. So I'm imagining, because you can't see, it's around the corner. We're seeing from one shot, one camera angle. And they stop and start, the guy with the rifle just starts firing. I think with the rifle, he fires a lot of shots. There were 35 shell casings on the ground on that corner, reportedly. And then I think the guy at the table is dead by the rifle shots. And if you hear about what happened in Texas, maybe decapitated, maybe mutilated body by that rifle shot. But then his friend with the handgun unloads the handgun on the dude. So last night, 2 places, the Best Bank and the Marigny, I don't know, maybe about 30 bullets fired in Algiers and 35 shell casings on Franklin and Royal. 60, 70 shots fired in just those 2 instances. 2 people dead, 1 girl shot. Absolutely crazy. Where's the mayor? Oh, she's at Yale at some mayor's convention. Do you think that's bringing a single dollar or a single job to New Orleans? Do you think any of these junkets the mayor's been on and will continue to go on, is there a single job, a single dollar created from any of this? Or just exactly what I call her, Junket Cantrell. That's her nickname. TD's out. It's Junket Cantrell. And with this kind of crime going on, she should be here in the city. The Port of New Orleans Napoleon Terminal is nearly doubling in size, with 4 new gantry cranes being installed and over $100 million being invested. That means lots of new jobs, port traffic, and tax dollars for the city. The Port of New Orleans, your port.
Come to Fausto's Italian Bistro. Age-old Italian recipes like the Italian sausage with peppers or the soft-shell crab ravioli. Lunch Monday to Friday. Dinner Monday to Saturday. 530 Vets, a block before Dorignax. Fausto's Italian Bistro.
Total maintenance keeps you cool. NolaAC.com, your cool spot. NolaAC.com, your cool spot.
The Lamarck Automotive Collision Center, it's open now. We fix cars and trucks. We do all makes and models. And it doesn't have to be a Ford or a Lincoln. It could be whatever you're driving. 32,000 square feet under roof. Now open at 3101 Williams Boulevard. It's all about you, the customer, getting the most for your dollar. I would say the most perfect collision center anyway. The Lamarck Automotive Collision Center, 3101 Williams Boulevard. Go check it out.
The Woodhouse Day Spa, the premier day spa experience, now with 4 area locations. Canal at Carrollton, on the North Shore in Slidell, in Baton Rouge by the Mall of Louisiana, and now in Metairie. West Esplanade at Transcontinental. The Woodhouse Day Spa.
Young's Dry Cleaning, with 2 walk-up locations with personal service. Young's on Claiborne and Young's on Harrison Avenue in Lakeview. Young's Dry Cleaning. Call 288-8381 or online at youngsdrycleaning.com.
For game-changing innovation, look to the Latrim family of companies located in Harahan. Intralox, a Latrim company, changed the game when they invented modular plastic conveyor belts over 40 years ago. These belts and innovative Intralox technology are transforming movement in manufacturing facilities around the world. Intralox is a dynamic global company now hiring in production, warehousing, shipping, and more. If you want to be part of our successful team, visit Latrim.com. That's LAITRAM.com.
What actually lasts a lifetime? Not much, but at Helm Paint we have something guaranteed to last a lifetime. Benjamin Moore's Regal Select. This paint and primer in one offers cutting-edge waterborne technology, smooth application, and long durability. Helm Paint and Benjamin Moore, your New Orleans paint store.
Greater New Orleans, a destination for learning. With 13 colleges and universities and a booming job market, Greater New Orleans is the ultimate destination for your higher education. Your path to the future begins in Greater New Orleans. Find out more at studynola.com.
This is what Drew Brees thinks about Super Discount Store in Chalmette.
This is New Orleans!
Actually, Brees doesn't think at all about Super Discount Store, but they do have the lowest prices allowed by Louisiana law for beer, alcohol, and wine. Super Discount Store in Chalmette. Super Discount Store!
Rouse's Market is hiring. With 65 stores, full or part-time employment, and flexible scheduling, Rouse's has a job for you, or maybe even a career. Apply at any Rouse's store or online at rouses.com. Tommy's Lock and Alarms is now hiring. Service and installation technicians. Great benefits, great pay, take-home vehicle. Apply today. Tommy'sLockandAlarms.com.
When you think of Fury's restaurant in Metairie, you think about fresh local fish like flounder, snapper, and speckled trout, fried, broiled, or grilled. Fury's restaurant in Metairie.
Louisiana is unique. The food, the festivals, even the bugs. No, not mud bugs. Unwanted bugs like these. The ones you don't want crawling in your home or business. Trust the Shield from J&J Exterminating. We've been protecting Louisiana homes for over 50 years, earning the trust of our clients because we deliver what we promise. Protect your home from pests. Get the Shield from J&J Exterminating.
J&J Exterminating. Yeah.
Fox 8 website, I think, had the video first. I think Channel 4's website has the video. This shooting on Franklin and Royal in the Marigny is unbelievable. This video I posted out at my Twitter, at Corey Johnson. The man killed, the girl shot on Hendy Street in Algiers. From the perspective, I guess, of like a crime camera, maybe a Ring doorbell camera or something. A guy's like on his front porch just smoking a cigar, and you can hear everything clearly. Lots of cursing, lots of gunshots, lots of violence. Not for kids. I got a friend of mine who is a native New Orleanian, basically. Lived here his whole life, moved to Metairie. Kind of was ripping this guy who still lived in New Orleans, like, move. And I kind of get that sentiment, but also I think people that live in Metairie, people that live on the North Shore, I don't think if you move from, I mean, I guess you can do whatever you want. It's America. You live in Metro New Orleans. That's where we all live, Metro New Orleans. If you cross the 17th Street Canal and you live in Jefferson, all of a sudden, hey, Jefferson's my home. That's all I need to worry about. And Orleans Parish is Orleans' problem. I kind of think that's the mentality of a lot of people. People that live on the North Shore. I live on the North Shore. The South Shore is the South Shore's problem. I don't know about you. I want to see Chalmette grow, and Jefferson, and the West Bank, and the North Shore, and all that. I'm a New Orleans guy. I want to see Metro. I want to see Hammond outside of Metro New Orleans. Home of Thibodeau, explosive growth. Gulfport, Biloxi, it's another friggin' state as long as it doesn't take from us. I don't get it. Just selfish. Like Orleans Parish is responsible for itself exclusively, and people that live in the other parishes in Metro New Orleans, we have nothing to do with New Orleans and have no input and don't care and just criticize it. I mean, you moved a parish away. If you really hated New Orleans, why didn't you move out of the state? Leave if you hate New Orleans so much. No, so many have a love-hate with New Orleans. Born and raised here, love all the positives, the culture, the history, the food, the music, the easy way of life, the people. Just go on and on and on. Architecture, the oak trees, just this, kind of steamy place we live in. It's almost like fairy tale storybook type stuff. And then there's, as great as it is, and the things we have that none of these other places, Dallas, Atlanta, Houston, Nashville, Austin, generic nothing as far as our culture, our history, our architecture, our food, our music, nothing, not even close. It's a joke. They're hollow compared to us. So our highs, our greatness blows the doors off those places. The problem is our lows blows the doors off those places. We have some lows that are insanely ridiculous. No economic growth, a stagnant state in the fastest growing region in the country next door to the fastest growing state. We're the outlier. We're the exclusion. We're the exception. It's mind-boggling. Stagnant economy at best. I'm being generous. It's like LSU education, Stagnant at best. Really backwards, going backwards because everybody else it's a rocket ship. Speaking of LSU education, Alabama, about 25 years ago, decided to focus on education. Auburn and Alabama, undergraduate studies, generally speaking, blow the doors off LSU. LSU is, at best, mediocre if you're in the right field. And it's really substandard. I know. I've got a degree to prove it. It's my school. I actually went there. No, education we don't care about. Infrastructure crumbling. We love to pollute. Cancer Alley. I mean, we excel at this stuff. In New Orleans, just crime, infrastructure, bad education, police problems, a ridiculously one-sided government. And I mean that in two ways. One, it's, executive branch controlled. Two, it's all hyper-liberal, woke Democrat. Like, there's not a right leaning thought, conservative, Republican thought in the entire New Orleans area. It's unbelievable. Orleans Parish is void of any conservative or Republican thinking. That's a problem to me. I mean, even wacky right-wing Louisiana, hardcore right, too right for me, like New Orleans is too left for me. Louisiana elected a blue dog Democrat governor not once but twice, a Democrat. New Orleans isn't as open-minded as Louisiana. More shut down than Louisiana, and Louisiana's pretty close-minded and shut down. Could you ever see a Republican on the city council, a Republican as mayor? It's like an impossibility. That a lot of folks in New Orleans consider that like an evil, like Republicans are evil. They're bad. They're immoral. They don't care. All this just insane stuff. I can promise you this. Republican, Democrat, ethics, morals, integrity, neither one's got the stronghold on that. No, insane crime going on, and the mayor's not here. The council's not doing much. Still can't use facial recognition technology. It's crazy. The council, they've got two basic Cantrell higher-ups. They're holding two of Cantrell's officials in contempt of court. That's a whole other deal, the smart city thing. You know, these are public records requested by the council, and they're not getting the information. And the mayor yesterday, after that ruling, hey, sorry, Mayor, sorry, City of New Orleans, you have to give that information over to the council, the mayor said they'll comply, and now reportedly they're appealing it, so they're not going to comply. But Arthur Walton, the Director of Intergovernmental Affairs, and Clifton Davis, the Mayor's Chief of Staff, both are being held in contempt by the council. Tonight, day one of the January 6th hearings, prime time, 7 o'clock. I'm sure many news outlets will carry it. Fox News is not carrying it tonight. Day one of the January 6th hearings. Is Fox News basically saying, and I don't think a lot of people are surprised about this, is Fox News basically saying, hey, we're not a news outlet, we're not a news organization, we're here to appease and placate our base, and they don't want to watch this crap. Rouse's Markets phone lines, 504-766-9480. Rouse's Markets phone lines, 766-9480. Peyton Manning, New Orleans owned Peyton Manning, could be part of the Broncos ownership. We told you the Broncos selling to a Walton family member from Walmart, and the price is absolutely off the charts. What was it, 4-point-something billion? Forget what it was. Something crazy. It's the Broncos sale. Anyway, 4-point-something billion. And I think they're going to get Peyton Manning. You know, Peyton Manning's going to come up with money. I don't know how much. I'm assuming he's going to get with some partners and come up with a few $100 million. And then being Peyton Manning is worth X amount of money. And then that's going to get him percentage points of the team. But I envision Peyton Manning being a minority owner of the Denver Broncos, and that happening pretty quickly. And also probably getting a good deal at Walmart on Walmart products. The PGA Tour suspends all players taking part in that first LIV Golf tournament, which started today in London. This thing's crazy. It really is. It's amazing how this PGA Tour, this American kind of pro sports league, that's the world's best since its inception, decades and decades and decades. that a foreign country that is an ally, but also not like an ally like Japan or Germany or Britain or Canada, like perfect, smooth, almost exact same philosophy. This is Saudi Arabia. This is, Middle Eastern country. Not into civil rights, human rights. We know what they're capable of, and they're poaching some of the best athletes from an American pro sports league. I don't know. I'm into capitalism and money talks. I get it, but kind of rubbing me the wrong way. Let's head to the phone line. Symmetry, Louisiana, a.k.a. New Orleans West, home of traffic, lots and lots of traffic. Ed joins us on the program.
Yes, sir. I just wanted to say one thing. I'll let you talk about it. Why is the government going after these insurrectionist guys? I understand why. It shouldn't have been done, but I'm not getting into that part. When they're not going after the people that burned down cities and stole from stores during the riots during the summer.
Yeah, I think you need to look into the riots last summer and the sheer number of people that were arrested from those riots. You kind of say it like no one got arrested during those riots. I'm going to talk about it. Hang on a second. If you want to stick around, we can discuss it. Corey Johnson with you. The break's coming. I can't stop it.
The Port of New Orleans Napoleon Terminal is nearly doubling in size, with 4 new gantry cranes being installed and over $100 million being invested. That means lots of new jobs, port traffic, and tax dollars for the city. The Port of New Orleans, your port.
Custom window treatments can enhance the look and value of your home. At Helm Paint and Decorating, we're proud to offer custom plantation-style window shutters by Scandia. Perfect for any window, including large frames, French doors, sliding doors, and arches. American-made SL300 shutters are available in many colors to match your personal decor. We'll come out to measure, and you'll receive fast delivery. Plus, they're virtually maintenance-free.
Helm Paint and Benjamin Moore led us steer you in the right direction.
Helm Paint and Supply.
Kanye West was seen shopping at Super Discount Store in Chalmette.
I am Shakespeare in the flesh. Walt Disney, Nike, Google.
Okay, I think Kanye was talking about something else entirely. Super Discount Store on Paris Road in Chalmette.
Enjoy outdoor dining on the streetcar line, under the oak trees, Lebanon's Cafe, the finest in Middle Eastern cuisine, Carrollton at Jeanette, Lebanon's Cafe.
River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. NoAC.com, your cool spot. River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. NoAC.com, your cool spot.
Why wear the same old glasses that everyone else is wearing? Stand out from the crowd. Come to Art and Eyes. Art and Eyes is not your typical eyeglasses store. It's one of the finest eyewear shops in the country, right here in New Orleans, with precision-engineered prescription lenses and gorgeous high-quality frames from the heart of Europe, Japan, and the United States. Our products are thoughtfully curated, and our staff are here to help you find exactly the right frames. Art and Eyes on Magazine, as unique as you.
For over 30 years, one of the premier security companies in New Orleans and South Louisiana has been Tommy's Lock and Alarms. And right now, Tommy's Lock and Alarms is hiring. Come and work for one of the best security companies in the region, with great pay, great benefits, and a take-home vehicle. Tommy's Lock and Alarms is hiring, and they're looking for you. To apply for one of these coveted positions, go online to tommyslockанdalarms.com. Tommy's Lock and Alarms.
For game-changing innovation, look to the Latrim family of companies located in Harahan. Intralocks, a Latrim company, changed the game when they invented modular plastic conveyor belts over 40 years ago. These belts and innovative Intralocks technology are transforming movement in manufacturing facilities around the world. Intralocks is a dynamic global company now hiring in production, warehousing, shipping, and more. If you want to be part of our successful team, visit Latrim.com. That's LAITRAM.com.
Which Metro New Orleans area restaurant made CNN's top 50 in America and ThrillList.com's top 25 and has served presidents at the White House for over 40 years? Trey Yen in Mandeville.
Did you know Rouse's sells only Angus beef? Angus beef's natural marbling means more succulence and flavor. Whether you choose Rouse's USDA Prime, Choice, or Select, it'll be only Angus beef when you get it at Rouse's. Tastes like home.
Ladies and gentlemen, in this Lamarck Automotive Complex is something called Quick Lane. Tires, wheel alignments, struts, servicing your transmission. We do in all makes and models. It doesn't have to have been purchased from us. It's for you. It handles your lifestyle with your budget in mind. And we want to get you in and out as quick as possible. Quick Lane, you got to come see it. You're going to love the experience. Right there at Williams Boulevard in Kenner.
Hey, I want to stress that last caller. I never cut off a caller, agree or disagree, especially disagree. At 16 after, at 32 after, at 48 after, and at the top of the hour, that commercial train comes down the tracks, and there's no way to stop it, and that's when it happens. So those are the only times I'll say, you got to go. Hey, these hyper-woke liberal folks that take over a city, burn, build. I'm watching CNN reporter, nothing really happening here, and behind him is like a building ablaze where the orange flames are like 2 stories tall. And it's like some glass building, like not a house, like some private company or a private store or shop or whatever. I'm not pro that at all. But you know how many people got arrested during riots in Portland and Seattle and wherever? Charlottesville. You know how many people got arrested? And it's not it's public, it's private involved, it's different groups of people coming together and committing a crime, and they should all go to jail. There's no excuse destroying public or private property for protesting purposes because your message is so righteous, blocking the interstate, any of that, which is lesser crime than destroying property, public or private. No, it's defacing statues, monuments, taking them down. That's all 110% illegal, wrong, abusing the First Amendment. All those jokers, all those clowns that do any of that deserve to go to jail. They're not rioters or protesters. They're agitators. They go from city to city just to agitate. They tend to be hyper left, woke, whatever, insane. No, they're a total nightmare. But a lot of people were arrested. There's this sort of right-wing thinking like police and cities just let those people go. And look, I know about the city in Portland and the city in Seattle of all the, hoodlums and stuff. It's ridiculous. This woke political policing's insane. They're crazy. Didn't work. But thousands of people attacking the Capitol of the United States and breaking into it, and the president saying, hey, I'm going to march with you on the Capitol. I mean, saying that's what this January 6th thing's all about. It's pretty simple. It's, did Donald Trump incite this riot and cause these folks that are passionately following him, which is obvious. It's on. You can't sit there and have it both ways. You can't say Trump, it's like Sean Payton coaching and not coaching. Man, he's a difference maker. He doesn't coach, we won't miss a beat. Can't have it both ways. You're going to miss a beat. You can't say Trump is this, man, he's a revolutionary. The following, the passion is insane. He landed his plane in Iowa at 1 a.m. and there were 40,000 people at the hangar. You can't say that and then say, man, he doesn't influence people to go march on the Capitol. You can't have it both ways. So normal, rational folks looking at the facts, not some hyper-liberal agenda, let's go get Trump no matter what. That's pathetic and ridiculous. But you look at it for what it is. You're going to compare some idiot, woke jerks rioting and burning, public and private stuff, defacing property, criminal behavior. You're going to compare that to thousands of people attacking the Capitol and hundreds breaking in and going in. No, the Capitol Police were amazing. How they didn't just unload weapons on all these idiots storming the Capitol. Storming the Capitol. Because a president thinks the election was a big scam. I mean, if we can't have like basic fundamental rules, like if you're like, the election was a scam, we can't have a conversation. We got to agree on the pilings and the foundation, the slab, the frame of the house to discuss the house. We got to at least acknowledge their pilings, the foundation. We got to acknowledge basic, simple facts. So if you think the election was fixed, then there's no way to have a rational discussion. But you can be a hyper-conservative, love Trump, want to vote for him 50 times, but I think the reason January 6th is going on is because the Capitol, attacking the Capitol and let's go get them and just that whole mentality and wanting to hang the vice president. And then the president apparently kind of giddy and loving it, enjoying it, where family members even, Donald Jr., Ivanka, are like, Dad, you got to do something. You got to stop this. And Trump's just reveling in it because it's about him. And I don't know. I got super conservative friends. I don't get on them at all for not voting Democrat or liberal. Democrats are broken, dysfunctional, have no plan, no goal, no objective, want to be the party for everybody, doing nothing. I'm going to say, dude, you really need to vote Democrat. I'm a registered independent for a reason. I don't like either party. But I have friends that are liberal that don't like conservative ideals. I get it. I have empathy and understanding from the points they come from. But also, I mean, I have a lot more respect for the Republican that's voting for Donald Trump, that acknowledges what Trump's all about, not blinded to it, just hook, line, and sinker into this populist thing. I was talking about Steve Scalise the other day and just sort of hell-bent on towing the company line with guns. Did he really say yesterday or this morning, Jason, that after 9/11 we didn't ban planes? Did he really say that? Tell me he didn't say that. You want to pull that audio up, maybe? Because I don't think it's real. I saw it, but I don't think it's real. There's no way Steve Scalise, hey, man, whenever there's a shooting, those damn Democrats, they want to take away guns, restrict guns, you know. When 9/11 happened, did we ban planes? No, but we hardened airports and security out the you-know-what, and a lot harder to get on a plane than it used to be, and some people were on a no-fly list, and things like that. So, just shocking, that kind of rhetoric. And I tweeted on...
I go back to September 11th, because on that tragic day, the country made a clear realization that dots weren't being connected. Terrorist attacks were happening, and the country didn't have the right focus on the fundamental core problems that were creating those attacks. And airplanes were used that day as the weapon to kill thousands of people and to inflict terror on our country. There wasn't a conversation about banning airplanes. There was a conversation about connecting the dots. And I go back to September 11th.
Yeah, that's just nauseating. I don't know how an adult human being, and it's not because he went to Rummel, I don't know how an adult human being, or LSU, where I went, can make that kind of comment and be serious about it. Was he comparing banning planes to banning guns? And the point is what I said. No one's talking about banning guns. No one's talking about eliminating the Second Amendment. Why this extreme take like that? 9/11 and the planes are a great example. It's about enhanced security. It's about restricting. Some people can't fly. Some people can't own guns. Lots of different things went down. So that's all it would be. It would be Vermont. I said it best the other day about Vermont. A Republican governor Republican governor enacted just basic common sense gun law changes in Vermont. They were simple. 4 simple things. And none of it's eliminating even AK-47s, assault-type weapons. Doesn't even involve that. 4 things. Eliminate unlicensed firearm transfers where gun show or me selling to a friend, it's in a database. Gun 43557, a Colt 45, went from Corey Johnson to Jason, a.k.a. the Raging Cajun, a.k.a. the Man in Black. He owns it now. That transaction went down. They know Jason owns my old gun. It's his now, not mine. Registered. So eliminate unlicensed firearm transfers. That simple thing. No sales to anyone under 21. You can't buy cigarettes. You can't buy beer at 18, but you can go buy 2 AR-15s. So no sales to anyone under 21. Ban on large capacity magazines, 11 or more bullets. And it doesn't apply to pistols that hold 13 shots. It's a large magazine for a rifle or for a pistol. The standard stuff that a pistol comes with, it shoots 13, still legal. And then a ban on bump stocks, where that ricochet action can have you fire the trigger a little quicker. Goes from semi-automatic to a little more than semi-automatic. Not near fully automatic. It's not hold the trigger and it just goes, but more than semi-automatic. So 4 things. Ban on bump stocks, ban on large capacity magazines, no sales to anyone under 21, and eliminate unlicensed firearm transfers, unlicensed sales. Who's against that? Hardcore Republicans, because any bend is unpatriotic and you're against guns and you're against the Second Amendment. Folks that just aren't rational. Vermont did that, led by a Republican governor. This common sense legislation, a year later, 27% decrease in gun deaths. 27% decrease in gun deaths. It's about common sense gun laws that both sides agree on. Let's at least start with that and not say the needle can't be moved at all, and not compare planes as a weapon on 9/11 to guns, and we didn't ban planes. Steve Scalise, you really didn't say that, did you? Wow. Corey Johnson with you on a Thursday.
Young's Dry Cleaning has free pickup and delivery. That's right, Young's Dry Cleaning has absolutely free pickup and delivery. Home or office, East Bank or West Bank. Call Young's at 288-8381 or online at youngsdrycleaning.com.
For game-changing innovation, look to the Latrim family of companies located in Harahan. Intralocks, a Latrim company, changed the game when they invented modular plastic conveyor belts over 40 years ago. These belts and innovative Intralocks technology are transforming movement in manufacturing facilities around the world. Intralocks is a dynamic global company now hiring in production, warehousing, shipping, and more. If you want to be part of our successful team, visit Latrim.com. That's LAITRAM.com.
The Port of New Orleans Napoleon Terminal is nearly doubling in size, with 4 new gantry cranes being installed and over $100 million being invested. That means lots of new jobs, port traffic, and tax dollars for the city. The Port of New Orleans, your port.
Rouse's Markets means convenience. Every one of our 65 locations opens at 7 a.m., some at 6:30, and they're open until 10 p.m., with some staying open till 11 or even midnight. Convenience. Rouse's Markets. Tastes like home.
For over 30 years, one of the premier security companies in New Orleans and South Louisiana has been Tommy's Lock and Alarms. And right now, Tommy's Lock and Alarms is hiring. Come and work for one of the best security companies in the region, with great pay, great benefits, and a take-home vehicle. Tommy's Lock and Alarms is hiring, and they're looking for you. To apply for one of these coveted positions, go online to tommyslockandalarms.com. Tommy's Lock and Alarms.
When you think of Fury's restaurant in Metairie, you think about the freshest local seafood anywhere. Shrimp, oysters, speckled trout, flounder, snapper, soft shells, crawfish. Fury's restaurant in Metairie.
Greater New Orleans, a destination for learning. With 13 colleges and universities and a booming job market, Greater New Orleans is the ultimate destination for your higher education. Your path to the future begins in Greater New Orleans. Find out more at studynola.com.
Louisiana is unique. The food, the festivals, even the bugs. No, not mud bugs. Unwanted bugs like these. The ones you don't want crawling in your home or business. Trust the Shield from J&J Exterminating. We've been protecting Louisiana homes for over 50 years, earning the trust of our clients because we deliver what we promise. Protect your home from pests. Get the Shield from J&J Exterminating.
J&J Exterminating. Yeah.
Recently, Kim Kardashian was seen at Super Discount Store in Chalmette.
Let's party.
Can you think of any other celebrities that won't sue us? Super Discount Store in Chalmette. The lowest prices allowed by Louisiana law on wine, alcohol, and cold beer. 3235 Paris Road.
Come to Fausto's Italian Bistro. Age-old Italian recipes like the calamari fritti or spaghetti and meatballs. Lunch Monday to Friday, dinner Monday to Saturday. 530 Vets, a block before Dorignax. Fausto's Italian Bistro.
River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. NolaAC.com, your cool spot. River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. NolaAC.com, your cool spot.
Have a painting project but can't decide on the perfect color? At Helm Paint and Decorating, we offer half-pint paint samples in any Benjamin Moore color for under $5, so you can test potential paint colors before investing in a full gallon.
Helm Paint and Benjamin Moore. Let us steer you in the right direction.
The city's premier day spa experience is at the Woodhouse Day Spa with 4 area locations: New Orleans, Slidell, Baton Rouge, and Metairie. A day of relaxation is just moments away at the Woodhouse Day Spa. NOLA.woodhousespas.com.
When you're coming down onto the West Bank on the Crescent City Connection, coming around that curve right before the General de Gaulle exit, or to continue left on the West Bank Expressway, on the right, they've got that tall tree and some dude in his yard. I guess he's the tree man, lives there because he has that tree man sign. If you want your tree trim, call the tree man. Got a phone number or website, something on there. I often look at that and say, man, I'd like to put my radio show sign up there. Maybe I'll have to go see the tree man. I think that's Hendy Street, and that's where that shooting went down last night. Absolutely insane. You can check it out on my Twitter at Corey Johnson. Man killed, girl shot. It's a viewpoint maybe 3-4 doors down from someone's porch camera. And one of the girls that got shot, 2 girls run into the house screaming and yelling frantically, and one of them shot. And then a male dead down the street, and 30-ish shots fired. And 2 guns at one time. I don't know if it's 2 guys shooting at the guy shooting back and forth, a gunfight. And then on Franklin and Royal in the Marigny, 2:30 a.m., 35 casings found, man murdered. So 2 instances, about 70 shots fired, 60-something shots fired. Absolutely insane. Welcome to New Orleans. And Mayor LaToya, the Destroyer Cantrell. I was right about that junket. She was at some Yale Mayors something or other. Do you think that $1 or one job has come to the city on any single trip the mayor has taken? I don't know if Mayor LaToya Cantrell can say I've created a job or brought $1 to the city, period, by some initiative or something she's done. And we know these junkets are exactly that, a junket. I mean, look it up. Essentially, I would think the definition says a citizen tax-financed trip for a political person for, disguised as city business when it's a vacation, something to that effect. Anyway, pathetic. I said she's going to be going on a junket a few weeks ago, and while I was saying it, she went on a junket. And Yale's about, like Baton Rouge to New Orleans, outside of New York. So I would think the trip spilled over into New York City if I would have to guess. Maybe I'm wrong, but New Haven, Connecticut at the least. But I would think New York for a day or two because we had to get in XYZ. And the city has car drifting crap going on Sundays with a bunch of armed lunatics watching it. You've got car shootings from car to car on the I-10, I-610, really the I-10 out by the high rise. You've got carjackings that are violent and ridiculous. You've got car break-ins, 20 cars broken in Lakeview, 20 cars broken in Mid-City. And you have crazy gunfire incidents like last night. And one of these inner city kids, whatever you want to call them, he's carrying like an AK-47. The other one's got a pistol. What a great comment last night someone made. You know, the good guy with guns always beats the bad guy with guns. The good guy with guns was the guy in Buffalo at the store. And he went up against a bad guy with military and, you know, SWAT police type guns, AR-15 type guns. They had a gun expert on last night saying an AR-15 is not an assault weapon, and then saying it's based off the M16. The M16 is an assault rifle. I mean, I guess that would be like saying a Corvette is not a sports car because it doesn't race at the Indy 500. But I would think most people would say a Corvette's a sports car. Jeff Dorson's with us again from the Humane Society of Louisiana. Even though our Humane May fundraiser's over, the other 11 months out of the year, they keep going and they need your support. Please donate at humanela.org. How you doing, Jeff?
Corey, just listening to what you had to say, just ticking off all the crimes being committed. It's just heartbreaking, heart-wrenching, and then given what I see and hear every day, given the violence towards animals, it's a challenging world that we live in.
Nope. And the thing I think people need to understand, like Jeffrey Dahmer, he was abusing animals, you know, dipping squirrels in acid so he could get the skin and fur off the bone better. And then what was he doing 10 years later to human beings? People that abuse animals aren't good human beings. Oh, that Jimmy, he's a really good guy, loves abusing dogs, but besides that, he's a great guy. It's, you know, it's like Grandpa. Oh, you should drop the N-bomb all the time, but Grandpa was great. It was a different era. No, Grandpa was a racist. I don't know what to tell you. Anyway, no, people are sick. It is challenging.
Well, I also have an acknowledgement to your listeners, Corey. We were able to top the 10,000 in May thanks to them and you pushing it and you encouraging people and telling them there's value in this donation. This charity can be trusted. The work will get done. And they listen to you, and I'm really grateful that you've built up this audience of, you know, caring, upright, want to do the right thing audience, and they proved it. They do it every year, but this year was especially good. I don't know why, but I really appreciate it. So we took in more than 12,000 during the month of May, which we really are grateful for.
Wow, that's incredible. That's our best one ever. I love hearing that. I love what you said, too. They value, trust, work done. That's what y'all are about, you know? That valuing people that do this hard work, trusting that they're going to do it and spend the money efficiently and get it done. And you can go to the Facebook page, Humane Society of Louisiana, and see the latest and greatest that you guys do. Hey, Jeff, I'm running towards the top of the hour. Any final thoughts? You got about 20, 30 seconds.
We advocate. We're always on the phone with police, DA, mayors, elected officials to do the right thing, to factor in the welfare of animals in their decisions. So if you want that kind of firepower through your donations, Humane Society of Louisiana, we'll get it done and we'll deliver for you.
You know who loves you guys, huh? There he is.
Blue Boy?
Oh, Blue Boy. 18 years old. He loves the Humane Society of Louisiana. Hey, Jeff.
We're back at him.
Oh, here.
Call you
There
next
you
week.
go. Nice. It's a dog talk show. Thanks, Jeff. HumaneLA.org, Corey Johnson. Don't move.
If you or a loved one are suffering from addiction, listen to Springfield Wellness Center's founder, Paula Norris Metier.
I feel personally, when I walk around on the grounds, that it's sacred ground. It's healing. Just the environment is healing. Just being here makes one feel like that, I can let go. I can let go of the worry. I can let go of the stress that I've been carrying around for a long time. We don't shame anybody. We don't blame anybody. We don't judge anyone. Just that alone really is the foundation on which everything else that we do is done.
Put your addiction behind you. Call Springfield Wellness Center, 504-291-4000.
Just call us. That's all. And we'll be waiting for you.
504-291-4000. 291-4000. Springfield Wellness Center. SpringfieldWellnessCenter.com.
Greater New Orleans, a destination for learning. With 13 colleges and universities and a booming job market, Greater New Orleans is the ultimate destination for your higher education. Your path to the future begins in Greater New Orleans. Find out more at studynola.com.
Why wear the same old glasses that everyone else is wearing? Stand out from the crowd. Come to Art and Eyes. Art and Eyes is not your typical eyeglasses store. It's one of the finest eyewear shops in the country, right here in New Orleans, with precision-engineered prescription lenses and gorgeous high-quality frames from the heart of Europe, Japan, and the United States. Our products are thoughtfully curated, and our staff are here to help you find exactly the right frames. Art and Eyes on Magazine, as unique as you.
Where can you find shish kebab in New Orleans? Lamb, beef, chicken, shrimp, plus all your other Mediterranean favorites. Lebanon's Cafe on the streetcar line. Lunch, dinner, and shish kebab. Lebanon's Cafe.
The Port of New Orleans Napoleon Terminal is nearly doubling in size, with 4 new gantry cranes being installed and over $100 million being invested. That means lots of new jobs, port traffic, and tax dollars for the city. The Port of New Orleans, your port.
At Home Paint and Decorating, our paints are in it for the long haul. In fact, our top Benjamin Moore exterior paints come with a lifetime warranty. Not 25 years, not 50 years, we mean forever. You heard right. At Helm Paint, our top exterior paints have a lifetime warranty against chipping, peeling, and flaking. They also are mildew resistant. Imagine painting your home one time and being done with it. Visit any one of our locations today and make that once-in-a-lifetime purchase. Paint that has a lifetime warranty. Helm Paint and Benjamin Moore. Let us steer you in the right direction.
Rouse's, New Orleans grocery store. Rouse's has the only full-service grocery stores both in the French Quarter on Royal Street and in the CBD on Baronne in the old Sewell Cadillac building. The Rouse's on the river, Tchoupitoulas at Napoleon, is in a century-old warehouse. And uptown on Ferret at the corner of Valence is Rouse's all-new boutique store. With 7 locations in Orleans Parish, Rouse's is New Orleans grocery store. Rouse's Markets. Taste like home.
For game-changing innovation, look to the Latrim family of companies located in Harahan. Intralocks, a Latrim company, changed the game when they invented modular plastic conveyor belts over 40 years ago. These belts and innovative Intralocks technology are transforming movement in manufacturing facilities around the world. Intralocks is a dynamic global company now hiring in production, warehousing, shipping, and more. If you want to be part of our successful team, visit Latrim.com. That's LAITRAM.com.
River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. NoAC.com, your cool spot. River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. NoAC.com, your cool spot.
Trey Yen in Mandeville, a New Orleans tradition for over 40 years, serving the finest Louisiana-inspired Chinese cuisine. Open Tuesday through Sunday. Trey Yen.
Louisiana is unique. The food, the festivals, even the bugs. No, not mud bugs. Unwanted bugs like these. The ones you don't want crawling in your home or business. Trust the Shield from J&J Exterminating. We've been protecting Louisiana homes for over 50 years, earning the trust of our clients because we deliver what we promise. Protect your home from pests. Get the Shield from J&J Exterminating.
J&J Exterminating. Yeah.
Young's Dry Cleaning, with 2 walk-up locations with personal service. Young's on Claiborne and Young's on Harrison Avenue in Lakeview. Young's Dry Cleaning. Call 288-8381 or online at youngsdrycleaning.com.
Another challenge for the Green Hornet. His aide, Cato, and their rolling arsenal, the Black Beauty.
That's
On
New
police
Orleans'
records,
own
a
Al
wanted
Hurt.
criminal.
Jumbo on the
Green Hornet
trumpet.
is really Britt Reed.
Think about the
former
mid-'60s
publisher
with
of the
rock and
Daily
roll and
Citizen.
all this taking
His
off like a
dual
rocket,
identity known
and Al Hurt
only
was
to his
still making the
secretary
trumpet
and to the district
relevant.
attorney. And now,
Keeping it hip.
to protect the rights and lives of
Pretty
decent
good, old
citizens,
Al Hurt.
rides the Green
New Orleans'
Hornet.
own. Go, Al, go. I can't even make my fingers do that, much less actually be blowing a trumpet. I'm getting carpal tunnel.
This is New Orleans.
Yeah, you right. Thank you, Mr. Drew Brees, number 9, for that introduction. Corey Johnson back at you, 5 o'clock power hour on a Thursday afternoon in the rat-a-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat city. Carjack City. My goodness. Where's the mayor? Some mayor's thing at Yale in New Haven. I see some shot of the mayor and like 300 other folks, and on the big screen is Zelensky. And I'm thinking to myself, dude, if everyone in that room's like LaToya the Destroyer, you're not getting a bullet, a hand grenade, nothing. You're wasting your time. You're playing American politics at its worst. Anyway, another junket for the mayor, city finance, trip vacation for the mayor, and a bunch of flunkies. You want to come on board this time, Jason? Hey, Jason, a.k.a. the Raging Cage and the Man in Black. We didn't take you last time. You want to come on this trip? Bring your wife. Come on. It's all paid. Don't worry, but don't bring your wallet. City's got this one. It's usually, a dozen or so folks. Always finding out about it after the fact. This mayor pulls the Ray Nagin, not only with the city credit card going to high-end restaurants, getting that free meal, just so cheesy and petty, but only announces the trip when the plane's already left the building, when the plane's in the air en route. Otherwise, media members maybe would question the trip. And what are the expectations, the goals? Is there a single dollar being created by this trip for the city? Is there a single job for the city being created? The investment of taxpayer money for you to go on this trip, does the city gain anything from this, or it's all you that gains from it? Because there's no thing like you get elected mayor of the city of New Orleans, you get a bunch of free meals and free trips. But that's how a lot of people interpret it. And someone like Mayor Cantrell, like Ray Nagin, it's like, man, my 15 minutes of fame's up after, this dumb city where 25% of the people show up and vote, and I get 70% of the vote. That this fluke, this limited city that's second rate, that elected me, there's nowhere to go from here. I'm not getting anything done, so no law firm, I don't have a law degree, no law firm, no company's going to hire me. HRI hired Bartholomew after he was mayor, and it was a good relationship. He knew all the mayors around the country. He had, he's a kind of a decent guy, so he could connect HRI to these cities and mayors, and they could do some development there. Cantrell has nothing even like that. There's no value of hiring LaToya Cantrell. I mean, my number is 766-9480. You can join me on the air. 504-766-9480. You tell me who would hire her after she's mayor and it benefits them. Seriously. There's no benefit. So her 15 minutes is up, and she knows it. It's going to be back to like city organizer or she'll probably run a nonprofit where she'll get donations, and 70, 80, 90% of the donations will be her salary, and she'll take that. I mean, I would think running a nonprofit is in LaToya Cantrell's future. and dining at all these high-end restaurants on the city's dime and all these junkets, they're done. You know? They're done. I was talking to a guy, what was the other day? We were talking about, like, great golf courses, and one of them's this Fallen Oak course, this Tom Fazio course. You have to stay at the Beau Rivage. It's like $200 a head to play the course. Very exclusive. I'm like, yeah, that's like a once-a-year thing. For a lot of New Orleans, the other day, my brother's birthday, my birthday are within a week of each other. My brother, his girlfriend, my sister, my mom, we went to Bayona in the Quarter. You think I go to Bayona like every other week? Once a month? These are special events, special occasions for most people. People that are wealthy, well-to-do, rich, they can do what they want. They can go to Bayona once a week, and I'm sure they do. Good for them. If I had more money, I'd go to Bayona once a week. But 90% of the population doesn't go to nice places like Bayona once a week. The mayor does all the time because it's on the city dime, because she thinks she's rich and wealthy. And it's taxpayer money, and it's not a lot of money, but it is significant when you add it all up, and it's pathetic, it's petty and cheap, and it's a shame. And the junkets are a shame. And the city's fallen apart, and she's a lame duck mayor, and she's not here to at least do something. At least do something. Anyway, yesterday was horrendous last night. You can go to my Twitter, @CoreyJohnson, and watch the video, and I caution you, it's violent, lots of gunshots, lots of cursing, frantic, hysterical people because of it. You know, guy's on a porch, he has like a porch camera, he's just smoking a cigar on his porch, and then about 30 gunshots go off. 2 girls come frantically running. One of them ends up being shot. A man shot and killed. Either a shootout or at least 2 gunmen shooting the guy. But like 30, 35 shots I counted. Then Algiers, 1900 block of Hendy Street. When you come over the Crescent City Connection, you're coming down on the ground before the General de Gaulle exit. Right on the right. On the right, there's a sign up in a tree that says, like, Tree Man. I think that's Hendy Street. So right by the Crescent City Connection, by the General de Gaulle exit, right there. Just an insane shootout. And then across the river in the Marigny, Franklin and Royal, about 2:30 in the morning by Big Daddy's. Apparently a guy's sitting at a table. 2 gunmen in hoodies walk up, one with like an AR-15 assault-type rifle, the other with a pistol. They walk up to a guy on one side of the building, the camera's shooting down the street that way, and it seems like they warn the guy, hey man, we're about to have a shootout, I'd get out of here. So that guy like puts out his cigarette and leaves. And then they walk to the corner, and the guy with the AR-15 type weapon just unloads his gun and apparently kills the guy, and then his friend with the pistol unloads on the guy too. I think they said they found 35 shell casings on Franklin and Royal, that 2:30 a.m. shooting, caught on camera. And then the one on Hendy Street in Algiers caught on camera by the Tree Man sign. I'd say those 2 incidences, 60, 65, 70 shots fired. Just throwing bullets out there in all kind of directions. 2 killed and a girl shot. Welcome to New Orleans. And the mayor's MIA, missing in action. Seriously, where is LaToya Cantrell? Well, I'll tell you what, a couple of Cantrell's higher-ups, the council holding 2 of Cantrell's folks in contempt of, coming to the council and testifying. The mayor and her people, after that judge ruled in favor of the city council about the smart city records, the mayor first says, we'll comply, we'll turn over the records, and then now reportedly appealing that decision, so more delays. If you're not giving up the public records that you or I could request, you're not giving those up to the council, what are you hiding? It's pretty obvious. It's exactly like the Orleans Parish Communications District when Inspector General Ed Michel requested records and they said no. He had to sue him for it. He won. They appealed, sued him again. Cost taxpayers $60,000 for a city entity to not comply by law and give another city entity the records they requested. It's mind-boggling. It's the IG's job. Wait till his report comes out on the OPCD. It's going to be scathing. Not a revenge report. The truth. The truth. Like the Office of Public Works. No plan, no objectives, no goals, no rhyme or reason. They just show up and wing it. That's why the average pothole in America takes 10, 14 days to get filled. And in New Orleans, it's north of 200 days. You can't make this stuff up. And you know it's accurate because you know of the 200-day pothole that's there all the time. When it gets filled, you're like, oh, my God, they filled the pothole. You're so used to it being there month after month, even year after year. My former wife, relatives from Ohio, we named the pothole Leon because Uncle Leon would come to town year after year and it would be there. Pothole had his name on it. Ridiculous.
River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. NoAC.com, your cool spot. River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. NoAC.com, your cool spot.
Rouse's Market is hiring. With 65 stores, full or part-time employment, and flexible scheduling, Rouse's has a job for you, or maybe even a career. Apply at any Rouse's store or online at rouses.com.
When you think of Fury's restaurant in Metairie, you think about their daily lunch specials like red beans and rice, black-eyed peas, white butter beans, liver and onions. Daily lunch specials. Fury's restaurant in Metairie.
For game-changing innovation, look to the Latrim family of companies located in Harahan. Intralox, a Latrim company, changed the game when they invented modular plastic conveyor belts over 40 years ago. These belts and innovative Intralox technology are transforming movement in manufacturing facilities around the world. Intralox is a dynamic global company now hiring in production, warehousing, shipping, and more. If you want to be part of our successful team, visit Latrim.com. That's LAITRAM.com.
Young's Dry Cleaning, with 2 walk-up locations with personal service. Young's on Claiborne and Young's on Harrison Avenue in Lakeview. Young's Dry Cleaning. Call 288-8381 or online at youngsdrycleaning.com.
Ford F-150, #1 seller in America. What about in the USA? Let's see, what about in the world? Who sells more trucks than Ford? Nobody. It's because the Lamarck team is the real team. All that makes it happen is one goal. Everybody having a great experience at Lamarck Ford. We became #1 for a reason, because we're good. And we need to prove it every day, every deal, all the time.
The Port of New Orleans Napoleon Terminal is nearly doubling in size, with 4 new gantry cranes being installed and over $100 million being invested. That means lots of new jobs, port traffic, and tax dollars for the city. The Port of New Orleans, your port.
Come to Fausto's Italian Bistro. Age-old Italian recipes like the calamari fritti or spaghetti and meatballs. Lunch Monday to Friday, dinner Monday to Saturday. 530 Vets, a block before Dorignax. Fausto's Italian Bistro.
Louisiana is unique. The food, the festivals, even the bugs. No, not mud bugs. Unwanted bugs like these. The ones you don't want crawling in your home or business. Trust the Shield from J&J Exterminating. We've been protecting Louisiana homes for over 50 years, earning the trust of our clients because we deliver what we promise. Protect your home from pests. Get the Shield from J&J Exterminating.
J&J Exterminating. Yeah.
For over 30 years, one of the premier security companies in New Orleans and South Louisiana has been Tommy's Lock and Alarms. And right now, Tommy's Lock and Alarms is hiring. Come and work for one of the best security companies in the region with great pay, great benefits, and a take-home vehicle. Tommy's Lock and Alarms is hiring, and they're looking for you. To apply for one of these coveted positions, go online to tommyslockandalarms.com. Tommy's Lock and Alarms.
Super Discount Store in Chalmette.
3235 Paris Road.
The lowest price allowed by Louisiana law on wine, alcohol, and beer.
Worth the drive from anywhere.
If you're throwing a party and need wine, alcohol, and cold beer, Super Discount Store in Chalmette.
The city's premier day spa experience is at the Woodhouse Day Spa with 4 area locations: New Orleans, Slidell, Baton Rouge, and Metairie. A day of relaxation is just moments away at the Woodhouse Day Spa. NOLA.woodhousespas.com.
Yeah, you right. Corey Johnson with you. No, I'm telling you, sometimes I'm like, thank God I only do this show 2 hours a day, because when I get bombarded with just all this bad news at one time, I'm like, if I focused on this all the time every day, if I did a show like 4, 5, 6 hours a day, I'd go crazy. I'd go nuts. I got to figure out a way to balance things. Thank God tomorrow's Fantasy Friday, where I have Fletcher on talking sports, where I have Frank Brightson on talking food, where I have Michael Hecht usually talking about good economic news, not bad. So it's like I can come up for a breath. But I mean, you watch these videos of 2 instances in New Orleans last night, and about 60, 70 bullets fired and 2 people murdered. And it's crazy. Just, beyond, it's not rational or reasonable or cautious, or it's like the blueprint on how can you have a firearm and just spray bullets everywhere and just have no regard for anything or anyone. How can you do it more effectively than a lot of these people do in New Orleans? And the only blessing is that it's most of the time in isolated areas, like it's not big crowds around. Now, we've seen where big crowds are around and a lot of other people getting shot. We've seen that before, so it does happen when there are big crowds around. Mardi Gras, Second Line, Super Sunday, whatever. But most of the time, it's like last night, 2:30 in the morning, a specific target they're going to gun down, and they're spraying bullets everywhere. I mean, that guy didn't get shot by 35 bullets. I bet he got shot by 10 or 12 or 15, and I bet you 10, 12, 15, 20 went flying all over that street, hitting cars, hitting houses, could have hit somebody else. And then last night, I don't know, maybe that girl was right next to the guy they were trying to shoot. Maybe she had nothing to do with the guy, and they're spraying so many bullets all around that she got shot. I warn you, watching those videos, that it's not easy to watch. It's nauseating, it's disgusting, and it's unconscionable that Mayor LaToya Cantrell goes to New Haven, Connecticut to some mayor's convention that does not benefit anyone in the city except the mayor. The city does not benefit $1, one job, not 1 minute from her going there. And there's a lot of problems going on in the city. And there are people moving out. I've been saying this for like a year and a half. During the pandemic, I mean, I caught on to it, how people are reevaluating their lives, reevaluating their jobs, what they want to do with their life. I mean, for 30 years they had been this, and they dropped it and go in another direction, like something they never would have done. Same thing about New Orleanians, black and white. Enough's enough. I don't have to stay here. Nothing keeping me here. I use Jay Batt as an example. About 2.5 years ago, after downtown New Orleans flooded because some pump wasn't working and flooded the Joe Banks store downtown, Jay Batt and his partner hardened the store to prevent it from flooding when the city messes up. Is that insane? And then they reinvested in the store. Hundreds of thousands of dollars. And they're renting. They don't own the building. They're renting. And then about a year later, after just violence and carjackings and crime, they said enough's enough. They still have the Joe Bank on Causeway in Metairie, and they've got the Mandeville store. But they closed their flagship iconic store, which was a beautiful store, a big winding staircase going to the second level, an escalator, an elevator. It's like an old school store modernized. It was very beautiful. No, they abandoned that store. They left New Orleans, and then Jay doubled down. Doubled down. Lifelong resident of Orleans Parish, sold his house and moved across the 17th Street Canal into Metairie. I mean, this New Orleans through and through, a New Orleanian through and through. You can like Jay Batt or not. Black, white, Republican, Democrats, irrelevant. A New Orleanian through and through, as New Orleans as it gets. Lives, eats, breathes, sleeps New Orleans. Said, I'm out of here. I'm out of here. I consider myself as New Orleans as it gets. A lover of New Orleans. I live in a nice house, a modest house. It's probably worth a couple $100,000. I don't live in a $400,000 or $500,000 house. I wish I did. Wish I had a $700,000, $800,000, $1 million house. I'm just telling you how it is. I always said I'm going to get a nicer house in maybe a different neighborhood. And now I'm redoing, kind of fixing up my modest house in New Orleans. And I'm probably, ideally within the next few years, if I can get my you-know-what together and find the right deal, I'm going to buy another house, a modest house, in another state, in another city, in another town. I don't know where yet. Could be Boulder, Colorado. Could be Panhandle of Florida. Could be North Carolina. I don't know where yet. I'm trying to figure that out. I'm not moving to Texas. And I'm not moving somewhere else in Louisiana. Louisiana's broken. New Orleans is broken. There's no way either Louisiana or New Orleans is changing where, as a state, we're going to be competing with Texas or Florida. And as a city, New Orleans is going to be competing with like Austin and Nashville. It's not going to happen. And if the greatest mayor, council, governor, legislature came to Louisiana and New Orleans respectively and proactively went after that, it would take a decade or two for it to catch up. So am I throwing in the towel? Hell no. I love New Orleans. It's like LSU. I went to LSU. I graduated from LSU. Class of 91. Got the diploma to prove it. LSU's a mediocre academic school. I'm not in denial about it. Because I love LSU and I love LSU football, I'm going to tell you it's a good academic school. It's not. And no one cares. Most people don't care. Much more concerned about LSU baseball or football than academics. And there's just something wrong with that. There's something fundamentally wrong with that. And that's just LSU and education. Too many New Orleanians, black and white, Republican, Democrat, aren't concerned about what's important. I often say this, 3 for 1 at the bar, hunting and fishing season, Mardi Gras. As long as they're a go, nothing else really matters. Education, infrastructure, economic opportunity, crime. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. It's blatant. It's overt. Everyone sees it except us. I mean, if I did live in like a great house in New Orleans, I'd be embarrassed. You bring friends in from out of town, they'd be like, dude, when you come to my house in Denver or Atlanta or Chicago or New York or Philly or Seattle or Phoenix, is my street this beat up and broken? You have $1 million house and you live on the street? Think about Garden District folks. Live in like $3, $4, $5, $6, $7 million homes, on up, maybe $8, $10 million home. You can't drive down the street without blowing out a tire practically. It's like, how does that work? I mean, out-of-towners must be like, so much trash and litter and neutral ground's not cleaned up and blight and decay and graffiti and high crime and bad education. And all these people that live here that I'm friends with that I come visit, they just tolerate this and accept this and no one's complaining about it. We had a great meal last night, listened to some great music. But boy, the 9 to 5 Monday through Friday stuff, it's just mind-boggling. No, so I get Jay Batt. I get people leaving the city. But that's not a concern. I mean, I think the, hey, don't let the door hit you on the rear end doesn't work anymore. Black and white, with just any kind of wherewithal, are beelining the hell out of Dodge. I don't know. I think that's kind of not a good thing. No, and just the shootings, the car crap with the, drifting car stunts on Sunday, all the guns, and it's just, unbelievable. And then I sit there and go, am I getting old? I don't understand this rock and roll music. You know, it's like, am I like you like your parents? And I'm like, no, I'm not that old, and I'm associate with too many people of all different kind of ages, and kind of normal folks with a just sort of slight understanding of the world, have been beyond the levee, have been to other places. They're like, yeah, something's broken with New Orleans and Louisiana. It might be unfixable. So much black versus white and Republican versus Democrat and all kind of crap like that. I don't know if it's fixable. I don't think anyone really cares. That's the crazy part. And we know the mayor doesn't. And we know the council doesn't. Hey, TV audience, see you tomorrow. Radio audience, we seamlessly continue. YouTube, thanks for checking us out there. Corey Johnson with you on a Thursday afternoon. No, thank God for Fantasy Friday. Get off the gloom and doom stuff. No, if sometimes I'm like, man, if I got to go do a show today, it's these same topics. Just forget about losing audience, which I don't want to do. I don't want it to affect me. Just turn me into someone negative and cynical and jaded. You might hear the show and go, God, this guy's got problems. He's mad. He's irate. People that know me off the show, they're like, kind of pretty happy-go-lucky guy. Likes people, likes talking to folks, likes visiting places, likes New Orleans, likes the food and the music and the vibe and the culture and the creative talent that this city has. Likes the diversity, this gumbo we live in. But boy, it's a dangerous city now. I want to go to Bayonne and Irene's and go check out the Ace Hotel and sit at the bar and have a drink and chat with friends at the Virgin. But then I want to be able to walk a block and a half to my car at 11 at night and not worry about somebody clocking me over the head or catching a stray bullet or something like that. Is that too much to ask? To not have to worry about stuff like that? Corey Johnson with you on a Thursday. Rouse's Markets phone lines, 766-9480, 504-766-9480. The New Orleans City Council holding two of LaToya Cantrell's officials in contempt. No, essentially you have this smart city deal, and the mayor and her staff refusing to give the information that's been requested, that the council has the authority to request. So Arthur Walton, the director of intergovernmental affairs, and Clifton Davis, the mayor's chief of staff, who's hired outside attorney help, they are in contempt for not giving that info over. I don't know what's happening with DA Jason Williams. His federal tax trial's coming up. There's a lot of talk on the side that Billy Gibbons, a very capable attorney of getting people that are probably guilty, getting them off. There's talk of him trying to bang out a deal where there is no trial. And DA Jason Williams would resign as DA, lose his law license, and pay some fine, but no jail time. That's the leverage you get when you're holding office. When Joseph Gow beat Bill Jefferson, that great upset, that was a blessing. Because Bill Jefferson didn't have the card on the table of, hey, I'll resign as a congressman. So he went to jail, and deservedly so. What a waste of talent. Harvard degree, I'll take that. I'll do something good with that degree. Bill Jefferson chose the wrong path on that. Hey, tonight, day one of the January 6th hearings in prime time, 7 o'clock tonight. I'll be checking that out, at least a little bit of it. How could you not be? Is Fox News really not carrying tonight's day one of the January 6th hearings? And does that say we're not really a news outlet? Like the hearings or not, legitimate or not, shouldn't Fox be showing them and then they could critique them and say it's BS or nonsense? Or since they think it's BS or nonsense, they don't have to show it. My point is, like it or not, BS or nonsense or not, it is happening, and it is news. It is news. And Fox is choosing their base over covering a news event, which is interesting. I'm not faulting Fox necessarily. I kind of know what game Fox plays, but I'm often said Fox News, MSNBC, they're not news. They're political news. They're political opinionated news talk. They're news talk. It's not journalism. Some of it is, but a lot of it's just conjecture and opinions and talking heads. It's not news. If there's an avalanche, if Russia invades Ukraine, I'm not watching MSNBC or Fox. I've been watching CNN for Ukraine coverage. And now that's waning. You're not getting as much. It gets into other stories and political stuff. Anyway, Fox News is not carrying tonight's day one of these January 6th hearings. Corey Johnson with you on a Thursday. Rouse's Markets phone lines, 766-9480. Young's Dry Cleaning. They've been at it since 1940, a New Orleans institution. These guys are incredible. They've got walk-up locations. That's kind of old school. They've got absolutely free pickup and delivery, kind of today's preferred method of dry cleaning. And they've got Young's Express, these manless locker locations that no one else has. Sort of the future of dry cleaning. You dump your dirty stuff off at a safe and secure Young's Express location, and then 2 days later, pick it all up perfectly dry cleaned. Go online, youngsdrycleaning.com, to find out where a Young's Express location is, a manless locker location. Out at Michoud, there's like 3 of them at that big facility. Heritage Plaza, the Foot of Vets, they're down in the basement, the bottom of the building. You folks that live in the warehouse district, a lot of warehouse district condos have a Young's Express. A lot of you folks that work in the CBD, a lot of office buildings on Poydras have a Young's Express in them. Go online, youngsdrycleaning.com. It is a Thursday, hot summertime Thursday. Corey Johnson with you, 93.9 FM. Thanks for finding us. YouTube, for the last month or so, you can check out the program. Why don't you go to YouTube, click to subscribe on my channel, hit the notification bell, click on the thumbs up. Yeah, you're right. Peyton Manning could be part of the Broncos ownership. We told you about that yesterday. The Broncos going to basically some Walton family member. I think the sale price was $4.25 billion for the Broncos. Now reportedly that group, the Walton family group that's going to buy the Broncos, they're approaching Peyton Manning about being a minority owner, owning a chunk of the team. I think Peyton Manning, 2 things is going to happen. He's going to get a partner, an investor, and he's going to put up hundreds of millions of dollars. I don't think he's going to put up $1 billion and own 45% of the team, but I think he's going to put up hundreds of millions of dollars. And then I think him bringing himself to the table. I'm Peyton Manning. That's worth a few $100 million to this Walton family, in my opinion, when they're paying north of $4 billion for it. So they're kind of like going to give Peyton Manning $300-400 million, in my opinion, of value. Peyton Manning's going to come up with a few $100 million, and he's going to own, 20-25% of that team, the Broncos, and be a major executive, a major player. New Orleans owned Peyton Manning could be part owner of the Broncos. Hey, LeBron James is like, I want the Vegas NBA franchise. But obviously as a player, he's not going to be able to own that franchise. I wonder if the NBA would set it up where they own it, like they owned the Pelicans for a little while. In between George Shinn and Tom Benson, the NBA took control of the Pels, if you remember. I wonder if the NBA, seeing the foresight and the positive of LeBron James owning a team, would they own the team until LeBron James retired and then he would just seamlessly take it over? But he's publicly stated, I want that Las Vegas franchise. Silver says the NBA's not expanding, but rumors are that they will expand. He says they're going to eventually, just not right now, and it's not being discussed. But Seattle and Las Vegas are the rumored two cities that would get an expansion NBA team. The PGA Tour suspends all players taking part in that LIV tournament in London that started today. All those players are suspended. You know, I'm into capitalism, and I get what the LIV's doing. They're starting a tour. They're poaching PGA Tour players, and money talks, and you know what walks. And the money's insane. I'd be torn if I was a PGA Tour player. Loyalty to the PGA Tour, or some of these guys are getting north of $100 million just to join the LIV Tour. Haven't even swung the club yet. Getting north of $100 million, real money. And then the competition, it's 54 holes instead of 72. They're less tournaments. They're bigger purses. You can make 2.5, 3 times the money. There are no cuts. Everyone gets a paycheck. I mean, I go on and on and on. There's so many positives for these players. But there's no loyalty to the PGA Tour. So me as an American, this is a U.S. major pro sports league to me, like tennis or NBA or NHL or Major League Baseball, Major League Soccer, any of it. And the PGA Tour has been the premier pro golfing tour since its inception. The best players in the world play on the PGA Tour. Saudi Arabia is an ally of the United States. But it's not like Germany or England or Japan, Australia, Canada, where we just seamlessly kind of, our values are the exact same. It's not even close. It's a country that is an Arab country, and I'm 50% Arab. I'm a Syrian Lebanese boy. Got nothing against that. But it's, you know, strict interpretation of the Quran, and women are subservient, and civil rights, and they're not there, and homosexuals are, you know, executed, and I can go on and on and on. Major civil rights violations. Khashoggi, I mean, all you got to do is look at that guy. Murdered a U.S. reporter. So we're letting this country that isn't an enemy but isn't lined up with Western ideals, values, destroy a U.S. entity, the PGA Tour. I'm worried about the Zurich Classic. We worry about the quality of the field every year at the Zurich. And you're going to have X amount percentage of these PGA Tour players no longer on the PGA Tour playing on this Saudi circuit. No, it's definitely an interesting thing that's going on. It's historic. And NFL, I wouldn't be worrying about too much. Major League Baseball, wouldn't be worrying about it too much. NBA, I could see an LIV NBA real easy. Setting up teams in cities in the United States. Seattle and Vegas that I mentioned would take a LIV NBA team tomorrow. So would Kansas City. Probably Toronto. Or I should say Vancouver. Probably Mexico City. And then a bunch of other international cities. And then luring U.S. players and coaches with money away. Why would it be any different from the PGA Tour? Historic times right now. Hey, Fury's Restaurant in Metairie open till 9. You got to get the gumbo. Old school New Orleans gumbo you'll love. And you got to get the onion rings. Made to order fresh. A lost art. If you love onion rings, you'll love Fury's onion rings. Hot, crispy. Like I said, made to order. And then the all-local fresh seafood like speckled trout, flounder, snapper, soft-shell crabs, crawfish, shrimp, oysters. Fresh local seafood open till 9 p.m. tonight. Fury's Restaurant in Metairie.
At Home Paint and Decorating, our paints are in it for the long haul. In fact, our top Benjamin Moore exterior paints come with a lifetime warranty. Not 25 years, not 50 years, we mean forever. You heard right. At Helm Paint, our top exterior paints have a lifetime warranty against chipping, peeling, and flaking. They also are mildew resistant. Imagine painting your home one time and being done with it. Visit any one of our locations today and make that once-in-a-lifetime purchase. Paint that has a lifetime warranty. Helm Paint and Benjamin Moore. Let us steer you in the right direction.
The Lamarck Automotive Collision Center, it's open now. We fix cars and trucks. We do all makes and models. And it doesn't have to be a Ford or a Lincoln. It could be whatever you're driving. 32,000 square feet under roof. Now open at 3101 Williams Boulevard. It's all about you, the customer, getting the most for your dollar. I would say the most perfect collision center anyway. The Lamarck Automotive Collision Center, 3101 Williams Boulevard. Go check it out.
My Sittu, that's Arabic for grandmother, used to make the best football kibbe. You can experience kibbe just like my grandmother used to make, and so many other Middle Eastern favorites on the streetcar line. Lebanon's Cafe.
River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. NoAC.com, your cool spot. River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. NoAC.com, your cool spot.
For over 30 years, one of the premier security companies in New Orleans and South Louisiana has been Tommy's Lock and Alarms. And right now, Tommy's Lock and Alarms is hiring. Come and work for one of the best security companies in the region with great pay, great benefits, and a take-home vehicle. Tommy's Lock and Alarms is hiring, and they're looking for you. To apply for one of these coveted positions, go online to tommyslockandalarms.com. Tommy's Lock and Alarms.
Louisiana is unique. The food, the festivals, even the bugs. No, not mud bugs. Unwanted bugs like these. The ones you don't want crawling in your home or business. Trust the Shield from J&J Exterminating. We've been protecting Louisiana homes for over 50 years, earning the trust of our clients because we deliver what we promise. Protect your home from pests. Get the Shield from J&J Exterminating.
J&J Exterminating. Yeah.
The Woodhouse Day Spa, the premier day spa experience, is now more convenient than ever. Now open, the Woodhouse Day Spa, Metairie location, West Esplanade at Transcontinental. Metairie and Kenner's premier day spa experience is at the Woodhouse Day Spa.
If you are a loved one or suffering from Parkinson's disease, listen to Springfield Wellness Center's founder, Paula Norris Metayer.
People started coming to us and asking for help for things other than addiction. We have a Parkinson's patient here. He comes in once a month and gets his little booster because that's what you have to do. In 2 hours after he started, his tremors in his hands stopped. So he said, Paula, your major marketing challenge is that it's too good to be true. But it's true. It truly is true. We can't say that all of these things have a cure, but these things happen and they're real.
Call Springfield Wellness Center, 504-291-4000.
Just call us. That's all. And we'll be waiting for you.
Make the call, 504-291-4000. 291-4000. Springfield Wellness Center. SpringfieldWellnessCenter.com.
Greater New Orleans, a destination for learning. With 13 colleges and universities and a booming job market, Greater New Orleans is the ultimate destination for your higher education. Your path to the future begins in Greater New Orleans. Find out more at studynola.com.
Super discount store in Chalmette.
3235 Paris Road.
The lowest price allowed by Louisiana law on wine, alcohol, and beer.
Worth the drive from anywhere.
If you're throwing a party and need wine, alcohol, and cold beer, super discount store in Chalmette.
Why wear the same old glasses that everyone else is wearing? Stand out from the crowd. Come to Art and Eyes. Art and Eyes is not your typical eyeglasses store. It's one of the finest eyewear shops in the country, right here in New Orleans, with precision-engineered prescription lenses and gorgeous high-quality frames from the heart of Europe, Japan, and the United States. Our products are thoughtfully curated, and our staff are here to help you find exactly the right frames. Art and Eyes on Magazine, as unique as you.
The Port of New Orleans Napoleon Terminal is nearly doubling in size, with 4 new gantry cranes being installed and over $100 million being invested. That means lots of new jobs, port traffic, and tax dollars for the city. The Port of New Orleans, your port.
With over 20 Rouse's Markets in Metro New Orleans, there's a Rouse's Market near you just minutes away, probably on your way home from work, in your neighborhood, or right next door to your neighborhood. Rouse's Markets, quality, selection, price, everything you need, and it truly does taste like home. Rouse's Markets. Yeah, pretty shocking. Over 65 Rouse's, over 60 years. And the Metro New Orleans area has the majority of them, over 20. Rouse's Markets, tastes like home. It is a Thursday afternoon edition of the program. Thanks for finding us. Oh, so fine. 93.9 FM. 93.9 FM. We're on TV till 5:30 every afternoon. Cox Channel 4. Spectrum 333, live streaming online. Take the show with you on the road. CoreyTalks.com. CoreyTalks.com. And yeah, we're on YouTube now. Go to YouTube. You can go to CoreyTalks.com and click on the link to YouTube. Hook you right up. Or go to YouTube and put Corey Johnson Neutral Ground in the search bar and enjoy. A lot going on. A couple of crazy videos. And yeah, I warn you when you watch them, I think it's necessary to watch them because you get a realistic view of what's going on in New Orleans a lot. But they're violent as hell. There's cursing, there's shooting, there's frantic people yelling and screaming. 1900 Hendy Streets in Algiers by the old Fisher, right off the Crescent City Connection. I think when you come down the Crescent City Connection, before the General de Gaulle exit, you see that little wooded area, that little neighborhood. They have that billboard in the tree. The guy put up his homemade billboard, like the Tree Man, like some tree cutter guy. And he's got his Tree Man billboard. I think that's Hendy Street. Basically parallels the West Bank Expressway, kind of right there. I shouldn't say West Bank Expressway. Parallels the General de Gaulle exit. A few blocks in. That's Hendy Street. Last night, a man was killed, a girl shot. You can check out the disturbing video on my Twitter, @Corey Johnson. No, it's sickening. Guy's out on his porch. He has like a porch camera. He's just sort of smoking a cigar, and you hear like 20 gunshots. And 2 guns at least because the shots are too close together. And then there's a pause, and 2 women, 2 young girls come running down the street yelling frantically, scared out of their minds. They run inside the house. You hear them. They're frantic. They're screaming. One of them's apparently shot. Then you hear a bunch of more shots. A man was killed and that girl was shot that ran in the house. You can look at the video on my Twitter. I think it's kind of necessary. It's disturbing as hell. There's cursing, there's gunshots. It's not for kids. But I think as a native New Orleanian, someone that lives in Metairie, North Shore, wherever, Metro New Orleans, necessary watching. And then you can go to any of the TV websites. Fox 8, I think, had it first. Channel 4's got it. Franklin and Royal Street in the Marigny, 2 guys wearing hoodies, one with like a AR-15 assault type rifle, one with a pistol. They basically assassinate a guy sitting at a table around the corner from the video, so you don't see the guy getting shot. You see one guy unloading with the AR-15 and then the other guy unloading his pistol. 35 rounds reportedly were found on that corner of Franklin and Royal in the Marigny. So between those 2 situations last night, about 60, 65, 70 Shots fired. Insane and necessary viewing. Oliver Thomas of the New Orleans City Council talking about bringing in the National Guard. You know, that sucks and that's ridiculously unfortunate, but probably necessary. He might be on to something. But boy, what a bad look for the city. But, you know, what's the look right now? These shootings are viral videos. The car stunts, the drifting, viral videos. It's not good. These gangster types, these gangster wannabes who are gangsters with all the guns, AR-15s and pistols at the, you know, car stunts, at the drifting things. That's all videos now. That's what New Orleans is. Just like criminals have taken over, you can come here and commit a crime, bring your guns, bring your car, do whatever you want to do because they don't have enough police vehicle, people jumping on it, surfing off of it. That's the perception. Good job, LaToya, the Destroyer, Cantrell. Boy, it is hot out there. Summertime's here. Temperatures in the 90, high humidity. It's hot. If your AC is not working right, or worse, not working at all, River City's Total Maintenance is there. Honest air conditioning experts that come immediately. Those are the three most important things. The only things you need to worry about with an AC operation. Honest air conditioning experts that come immediately. That's what you get with River City's Total Maintenance, and you can find them online, nolaac.com.